Have you ever walked into a room full of things that the brain quietly whispered, I need to lie down? Welcome to one of my earliest clients and the one of my greatest lessons. See, a few years ago, I worked with a woman who collected everything. I mean, everything. If something existed, she collected it. There are spoons, vases, figurines, snow globes, tiny clocks, big clocks, clock shape like fruit, like cat. Her home looked like a museum curated by someone who didn't know how to say no. Every surface, it was full. Every shelf, it was loaded. Every corner, it was busy. So when I arrived, she welcomed me with a sweet smile and said, Rowena, please help me make my home feel bigger. I looked around and thought, Mom, even the air is running out of space. But I said nothing, of course. I simply asked, Mom, can we try something small first? So we picked up one area, a console table. She wanted to display 37 figurines. I suggested 4. She looked at me like I had suggested we burn down her house. And she said, 4? Why 4? Not 7? Why not 12? So I explained, because 4 will be appreciated. 37 will be ignored. She wasn't convinced. So I asked her to just observe. We cleared the whole console table completely. Then I placed 1 tall piece, 1 medium size, 1 small accent, and 1 unexpected art piece. Then we stepped back. For the first time, she saw the table. She saw the wall. She saw the silhouette. And she saw the story. She put a hand on her chest and whispered, oh, I can breathe. And so I smiled. Yes, ma'am. That's negative space. She looked around the room, a room she had lived in for at least more than 20 years. And I said, something I'll never forget. She told me, Rowena, I think I filled my house because I didn't want to face the empty parts of my life. And we both went quiet. Because that's the moment I realized that negative space doesn't just exist in design, it exists in people. And let me share you first the design lesson. In design, negative space or white space is one of the most crucial design principles because it is the breathing room, it is the pause, it is the calm, the space between objects, and the silence in the visual conversation. Because with negative space, it allows focus, it allows clarity, balance, and elegance. It focuses on emotional relief, the appreciation of what remains. And without negative space, everything just competes with each other. Nothing shines. And the eyes, it will get overwhelmed. And the brain just shuts down. The beauty gets lost in the noise with everything around it. And every elite designer knows this truth, that you don't create luxury by adding more. You create luxury by adding less with intention, because that negative space, it's not empty. It is purposely meant to be empty because it highlights the hero piece, the shape of the room, the personality of the object, and the meaning of the story. And that is why the beauty of restraint in design, negative space is not absence. It is respect. And in life, well, life is exactly the same. We fill our days with noise because silence feels scary. We fill our schedule with tasks because stillness feels useless. We fill our hearts with people because solitude feels lonely. And we fill our homes with objects because emptiness feels exposed. We fill our minds with worry because peace feels unfamiliar. But here's a twist. Your life becomes bigger the moment you stop filling it with things that shrink you. Because negative space in life, it will allow you to clarify and give clarity to your mind. It is healing to our emotions. It will give our spirit to rest and it focus on what matters. That will give us appreciation on what remains and the strength to let go and courage to start again. When we create that space, we allow new things to enter, new people, new opportunities, new dreams. You don't need more things. You just need more space for the things, and that matter. You don't need more noise. You need clearer music. You don't need fuller schedule, you need fuller soul. And sometimes the bravest thing you'll ever do is remove something instead of adding something. Just like that client of mine years ago, finally, she saw the beauty of her home when she allowed that empty space to exist. You'll finally see the beauty of her life when you create a room for your own self to breathe. Because not every corner of your life needs to be full, and not every moment needs to be busy. Not every relationships needs to be kept. Not every thoughts needs to be entertained. Some spaces are meant to stay empty so you can finally expand. This is Rowena. This is Raw, real, authentic, and worthy.